Hello, Lena and Kathy. How are you?
Great.
Oh, doing fine, thanks.
All right. So we're going to talk about NAWBO Orlando chapters 22-23 year. So I'm Tita Walker, and I was the communications chair for 22-23. So I am honored to facilitate this conversation, passing the baton from Lena Graham-Morris, who's the current president, to our President-Elect Cathy Levendoski. So I'm just going to go ahead and start it off and kick it off with a question to you, Lena, our current president. So what was your vision coming into the 21-22 year, especially as the first color of women president? So for an example, what was the number one impact you wanted to leave as a president?
So first of all, I want to say thank you to the current board, who was absolutely amazing, and thank you for your service. We have been dealing with COVID chaos for multiple years. And so really, as a board, we wanted to be able to venture back out into the hybrid world and really create some brand awareness, community awareness. The three things that were very important under the administration that I was able to lead was manpower, money, and membership. And so
the three M's.
The three M's. The three M's. So, to touch briefly on that, we also launched a tool, the LUA tool. For me, a compass always keeps us, we always need to navigate. As being women business owners, we can get off track. And so to have a navigation system is really important. So the LUA piece was leadership, economics, wellness, and advocacy. So it was integrating those pillars that are national pillars as well into what we were doing locally while we were striving to come out of the COVID chaos. We thought COVID was over, and it really wasn't. And so we had to bridge into some in-person events while still honoring, what was going on in the world. So I'll talk about the three M's for a minute. So manpower for our chapter was important because we are all robust women business owners. Myself, Kathy, yourself, everyone who's on the board. And NAWBO, whether it's locally or nationally, is a labor of love. And so we are a volunteer board doing great things. And so the manpower came with knowing that we needed the support from a chapter administrator. So going back and with the support of the board, we were able to reignite and have a chapter administrator to help us as being a volunteer board. So that was one of the things that I think that we should be really proud of as a board. The money piece was, in COVID, we were still able to increase our sponsorship dollars. In fact, we increased sponsorship dollars more than they have been, 100% increase more than they have been in 2 years. So that really setting up the chapter coming out of COVID, and Kathy under her administration for the strength. And membership, I think the most important thing was to keep, many chapters were experiencing where they weren't able to retain. So we were able to keep a 95% retention rate during COVID, I believe. The number may be a little off, but the last time I looked at it. So those pieces in conjunction with, then we have the community awareness and brand awareness by going back into in-person events, because what is it when we have been in the house for 2 years, it was challenging for everyone to readjust going into the public. So with the support of the board and support with Kathy, we enhanced our signature events. So we took our Propel Her Pitch competition, we did a conference, and we launched it off with our installation event. We got a lot of community awareness around that. And then in addition, we went into quarterly business meetings in person. So really trying to get back in person. And so now I'm just excited for Kathy and her vision to kind of take where we are. We had a great conference, great energy. And I'm excited to see where she's going to take it now. Because I think for me, I'm, we all wish that we could do more, but I think for the pieces that I committed to myself, which was the money, the manpower, the money, and the membership piece, I feel like that commitment I was able to give to the organization, and the community awareness and brand awareness, even from re-engagement from social media, which was up, I think what Tita, like about 80-90%. We did that, and so now I'm excited, Cathy, to see. I know you have some great things that are coming, and that was a long way around. Did I answer your question, Tita?
No, you did. And just in case for folks who don't know, LUA stands for Leadership, Economics, Wellness, and Advocacy. Ooh, yes,
because we just came from Advocacy Day. Yes.
Advocacy. Yes. I don't know why I stumbled on that, but anyway, that's what the LUA stands for. And we were able to integrate, right, LUA into every program that we had, whether that was from the December's luncheon that we also, it was inaugural for Membership of the Year award.
Yes,
and we were able to.
That is the piece. Thank you for reminding. So we honored our members and we honored our community. So we did the inaugural award ceremony as well. So yeah, I'm just so excited to see what Cathy's going to do, because she was an amazing president-elect and kept me on point. And I'm excited to see how she's going to keep this fire going. Because I think we did really get some community impact and brand awareness. I mean, after the conference, we just have folks that were coming up to us about membership and about sponsorship and about, being partnerships and collaborations, which is how we continue to grow our brand, the National Association of Women Business here locally in Central Florida. And we are a national and international organization.
Yes. And as a communications chair, I got giddy seeing some Orlando influencers share our conference, who are part of our Propel Her actually it's called the Take Flight Business Conference, featuring the Propel Her pitch competition. And just to have them be able to put their spin on it, it gave us even more clout and was able to expand our reach. So of course, again, as a communication chair, that was really exciting for me to see. So, I was going to ask you, what you felt some other initiatives that you were able to achieve or a legacy you left, but I feel like you answered it, unless there's something else that's come to you right away. What do you feel like was your legacy that you left as the president for 21, 22?
Well, I mean, I'm hashtag doing the most, so it had to be the business conference and okay. the holiday, the awards luncheon. So I'm just happy. Those were the things for us to enhance our signature events. We are amazing in Orlando. Enhancing our signature events was necessary post-COVID for that awareness. And so, like I said, I'm ready to see what Cathy is doing. I want to hand the mic over to Cathy. I want to see what's coming up. Okay, we know what we did. I feel good about that, but all right, let's get them excited about what's to come too, because we have to keep the momentum going. That's what it's about.
Yes. Okay, so drum roll, right? The baton is passed to Cathy. Woo! For our 22-23 president of NAWBO Orlando. Yay. Okay, Cathy.
I think
confetti.
If we could bottle Tita's enthusiasm and sell it, we would have another amazing woman-owned business in the market.
Amazing.
Yes.
That.
Absolutely. Okay, so Cathy, my question for you, the first question I have for you is, what initiatives that you would like to expand or expound on from LUA for 22 and 23?
Yeah, for 22 to 23. Well, first of all, I just want to say, thank you to Lena for her great leadership last year. It was a tough year coming out of COVID. It's almost like we had to learn how to do things all over again, because we all had been stuck in our offices and our homes for so long. And I think she did an amazing job with her vision and taking a look at some of our signature events and how can we kick this up a notch? How can we do this better? And the year ended just on the highest note possible with that Propel Her pitch and the Take Flight Business Conference, which I agree was a phenomenal event. And so I'm just so excited for all that Lena accomplished. And I'm not gonna lie, a little nervous about stepping into that role. But, one thing that I think that I have heard from chatting with a few of our members and that I sense myself just as a member and a woman business owner, I don't know if anyone out there in NAWBO land listening, remembers back in the day before COVID, but we did a monthly lunch and learn meeting with different speakers coming in. And it was all about, it was like 2 parts education and 1 part networking. And they were phenomenal, very valuable events. And we had speakers on all kinds of topics, from should you get certified and certification workshops to financial tricks and what money is available for grants and lending to, tips to keep yourself organized, 15 gadgets you may not be aware of that help you organize your day. I mean, all kinds of things. And they were so good. I remember leaving each one that I went to. Every time I left, I came away with something valuable and tangible that I could use in my business. And they were so valuable. And of course, COVID killed all that.
Right.
And tried to recreate, and everybody got zoomed out. It was bad. So I think the one gift that I would like to give to the membership this year is not only continuing on the great things that Lena did with the Propel Her, pitch conference, or the day-long conference plus the pitch and all of that, but also just to bring back those monthly meetings for the membership where they can, if someone stops them in the hallway in their office and says, hey, why do you belong to that NAWBO chapter? What do you get out of it? They don't have to stop and think for a second what they get. They know that, they would never miss those monthly meetings because they're so educational and so valuable. And they really teach them how to run your business better and more profitably, depending on what line of work we're in. I know Tita, you and I are in marketing. Lena is running a construction company and a consulting company. I don't know how many companies you have these days. Well, Lena, there's
hashtag the most business without she said.
Right. Can't say no. There's professional associations for all of our professions. There's one for marketing. There's one for construction. I mean, there's one for law, whatever business you're in. There's places you can go to learn how to do your profession better. But I can't think of a better organization than NAWBO to teach you how to run a better business. From how do you staff up and scale up? How do you run your finances so that you don't run out of money at the end of the year? How do you learn how to negotiate leases for office space? How do you know when it's time to get office space? I mean, all kinds of things that you need to know as a business owner that you think of to know where to go. Insurance. What insurance do you need? What do you not need? I got my professional liability policy through another NAWBO member. I didn't know where to turn for that. I mean, all kinds of ROI. So that would be my goal for this year, is to really get back in the swing of the monthly meetings now that COVID is kind of behind us. You could make the case that COVID's never going to go away. And I think that's probably true. So we just have to learn to live with it. And we can't put our education and our businesses and our networking on hold anymore. We got to get back out there and live life again.
Right. And you said something very critical, I would say, is not NAWBO as a whole, right? The NAWBO Association of Women Business Owners. You're right. There are so many nuances to running a business, right? And you have these organizations that you can be part of, that you can learn lots of things within that industry, but to really run your business, you might not get those tools and techniques. So like you said, oh my goodness, well, if I'm the CEO of my business and if I have to go out for 3 months, I need to have some sort of disability insurance or something like that, right? Whereas if you work for a corporation, that could be part of your package. So there's all these nuances that you do have to kind of navigate and really be able to help you stay to scale and stay floating through whatever time. So those lunch and learns are critical for those really minutiae, those things that you wouldn't even really think about or know that could make a difference in how your business operates and runs. So that's critical. So then with that, Cathy, what is something as the president for 22-23 that you want to leave as your legacy going into being the president for 22-23? What's the legacy that you want Cathy's name to be next to?
That is a great question. So, I mean, in addition to, wonderful signature events and a wonderful education avenue for our members, this is going to sound, I think I just want, I want to bring, I don't know quite the best way to say this. So I'm just going to say it and then explain what I mean. I want to bring a level of sort of predictability and organization back to NAWBO. And that's not to say that our prior president, Lena didn't have that, or our prior president before that didn't have that. But again, I think COVID really derailed a lot of the momentum that we were having just in terms of processes and how we do things as a chapter and as a board, and how we meet together and so forth. So I'm just hoping to kind of reestablish that level of kind of predictability and organization around the chapter in terms of predictable events, either the same time every month or things published well in advance so that we can all get things on our calendar and plan ahead. I'm kind of a planner by nature. So I feel like that's in addition to kind of getting the in-person education kind of reestablished, like another gift that I can just give to NAWBO on the way out is that level of predictability and organization again that we unfortunately had to lose when COVID really hit us hard.
Well, I think Cathy is a process. If I can jump in, I think Cathy, the reason why I adore Cathy and it was like a yin and yang, Cathy is really a process-driven individual. I'm a get her done. I don't care how. Don't even tell. My team is you don't even care how we get it done. You just want it done. And Cathy wants it in a process. And I love that about her. It was so good for me. And so I do it. That is something that we need in our businesses and we need in life. COVID took everything right from under us. And it caused a lot of people, even in our personal lives, to have to adjust, which we're getting recentered. And I think, Cathy, you are the perfect president to recenter NAWBO Orlando in process. I absolutely do, because I know my strength is getting it done. I know that. I will own it.
Oh yes, amen.
I will own it. Getting people in seats and getting it done. And I think that piece with that momentum in this, and then mobilizing, moving to a mobilizing process, and then getting everything back recurring. I think that's going to be great for the chapter. I love how process driven Cathy is. I have hired her for things based on that. So I mean,
Well, I would say if I could just say, the chapter would not be the same without Lena's big ideas. She comes up with the big ideas and then figure out how to get it done. So please, as immediate past President Lena, please keep coming up with the big ideas, because we really do need that vision.
Well, I was going to say, being on the board, having Lena's way of leading, having Cathy's way of leading, integrated very well, because I was able to thrive in the way that I need to get shish done. But then also we had those checkpoints with you, Cathy, to ensure that we were on correct with our timetables and our deadlines so that what we do get done can be presented in a way that's going to be valuable for everybody. So I was fortunate to have both of you in leadership position while I was on this board. It worked out in my favor. So
Mama didn't raise no fool. When Kathy and I talked about PE, we had a conversation, and I don't know if you remember, in a very candid conversation, and you said, I feel this way or that way. And I'm like, Kathy, just the sense that you can identify that makes you perfect. We are women leaders. We lead differently, and I think the thing that what makes us more effective is when we lean into each other. I embrace everything that's wrong with me, and I embrace everything that's right with me even more. And I love to have women around me who fill in those gaps. Instead of saying that I can do everything great, I know I need a Kathy in my life. I love Kathy, and Kathy does things. She does it so like non-threatening. She's like, well, Lena, do you need this or need that? And so, when I'm expressing to you genuinely, like, you're an amazing president-elect, I'm so excited. I will stand next to you as immediate past president and support you in any way that I can. And I'm excited to see you are a quiet giant. You can always have a hype man, but you be the quiet giant and just bring it home, all the way home. So
thank you. So sweet.
Yes.
But again, big shoes to fill.
Hey, you got help, girl. You got a great PE that will be announced. You have immediate past president. You have board members that are amazing. You have past board members that are amazing. We are ready. You can tell from the conference, these ladies are ready to get back out and to receive that education.
They are. I feel it. Yes.
Yes. Well, I think it's going to be an excellent 22-23 NAWBO Orlando board. And I look forward to participating. I look forward to seeing what you all are going to do for us to help us scale and grow. And Kathy, it's yours. And everyone's ready, right? And I think the great thing that ending the Propel Her, the Take Flight Business Conference featuring the Propel Her pitch competition, where it ended, is perfect, because now we have some new board members. We have new board members, but we have some new members, right? And we've been able to increase our brand and the awareness of NAWBO Orlando chapter. And so, girl, it's all yours.
Here we go. Buckle up. It'll be a wild ride.
So I hope you all enjoy a little bit of this fireside conversation for the 22-23 NAWBO board. And Lena, you did your thing. You came in. Thank you for LUA. Thank you for the opportunities that you presented to the Central Florida and beyond. And I know that you've left a great impact, and I know that you've left a great legacy for all the members and for even just partners in the community. And so we thank you and we appreciate you for being our president, for leading the way, for for your initiative of LUA, and how you integrate that with every program and every event that we had. It resonated well with so many. So we thank you so much for just being Lena and doing what you do best. So without further ado, we are going to let Kathy take that baton and run with it. And we will be seeing more of her for this next 22-23 NAWBO Orlando board and community.
Woohoo! Thank you, Tina. Again, we could bottle your energy, man. I need that right about now at 5 o'clock.
That's when I come alive, actually. If you want anything done, ask me around this time.
Fabulous.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.